Well, I mean, I saw like all the like Secret Service like kind of cover Trump. They did a really good job about that, making sure he was protected, telling everyone to get down. So I think they did take a good care of like making sure everyone was like understanding what was going on and like being serious but not freaking everybody out.
What was your initial reaction when you heard those popping noises?
To get down. Yeah, so I actually like my boyfriend pushed me on the ground and like went on top of me, which was like really nice. But I think a lot of people were a little like too shocked to understand what was going on originally, for sure. But I think everyone listened pretty well and it was handled pretty well.
Did you see some of that commotion that was playing out on the other side of the bleacher where we saw law enforcement agents sort of swarm around another individual, or did you ultimately just rush out?
No, we were there for a minute because they did tell us to go back down again just in case. I think that was good because it helped like calm people down. But I think one of the stands that I was next to, they did like carry out a man, and there was another one that might have been injured. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely one at least. And on the other stand on the other side, because I was on the right, on the left, there were like a bunch of like men in uniform like surrounding someone. So that was interesting to see.
You said that you were very impressed by the speed in which Secret Service was able to get on that stage within seconds of all of us hearing those popping sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a great job. I definitely felt protected in the situation. The sniper was on it, watching on guard. Everyone on the scene like did a great job. I mean, like, of course it was like nerve-wracking in the moment, but I never felt like I was like in danger, which was cool. They were on the president, which I'm very thankful of, and they did a great job like protecting him and getting him out as quick as possible. He is doing good, which is good. Yeah.
We all felt that moment for a minute where we all rushed down.
Yeah.
We were all taking cover, and then it was panic that set in. Then after a minute, we all popped up and we saw the former president. He was being escorted off the stage, and he kind of raised his fist, pumping it up in the air as he was being escorted off that riser and back into his vehicle. What did you make of that?
Actually, I had the honor of being right in front when they were escorting. So the exit that they were taking, I was right in front of, and I got to see him like putting his fist up and everything. That was really awesome to see. Like even relieved, also like having such a good, strong, like charisma about him, even in a hard time.
Yeah. Can I just ask you, now being on this end, we've been escorted out of this area. How are you feeling right now? I've been talking to a lot of people leaving. They're still a little shaken up about it, a little bit confused about what happened. Trump supporters come from all over the country to come to events like this. And within minutes, we heard those popping noises and that rally was over.
They did a great job escorting everybody. I mean, I'm probably one of the few that are like, I'm so glad I was here and got to witness this. I thought they did a great job and I was really appreciative of it. Any like security or police that I've seen, I've tried to like go up and congratulate them, because like that's a hard job and like you have to be ready at any moment at all times, like that kind of thing. So it was really cool to like see them actually get to do their job, and they did a great job. And I mean, I'm still here for now. Gotta wait for my ride, but
yeah,
I feel fine. Yeah.
Okay.
They did a good job.
Gabby, we so appreciate it. So that is just the scene that's playing out here. We still have a number of Trump supporters that are making their way out. There were obviously hundreds and hundreds of people here, so they're now clearing out. As I mentioned before, cell phone service can be a little tough in that area, so people are finally starting to get cell phone service, make their way back to their vehicles. But every Trump supporter that we have talked to sharing that sense of relief, hearing that the former president is okay, but also that sense of gratitude, Whit, for Secret Service, for law enforcement agents that were able to quickly rush in and take control of that situation, Whit.
Well, Rachel, stand by because we're getting some significant developments right now. The district attorney of Butler County telling ABC News the shooter is dead. Also, there's more here saying that one bystander is confirmed dead and possibly a second bystander dead as well. So again, that's from the district attorney, Richard Goldinger of Butler County, telling ABC News the shooter is dead. So this is the first time that we've had any kind of confirmation from a law enforcement source that shots were fired, and now learning that there are potentially, again, according to the DA, some fatalities associated with this incident at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Let's go back to our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, you've been talking to your law enforcement sources. This is a major event.
Well, clearly, if this information holds up from the district attorney, who is the chief prosecutor for that area, that a bystander is dead and that the so-called shooter is dead as well greatly enhances the concern that law enforcement would have about this situation. We've been with the Secret Service in recent days, working with them, looking at their security plan for both conventions, the RNC and the DNC convention. And I can tell you, one of the things that they wanted to put forth in the conversations with me is that they believed that the threat environment was quite dangerous and that all their training was geared toward dealing with events like this. They showed us the training of how they would move the president in the event of an attack. They showed what would happen if the president were fired on or if his motorcade were fired upon. They have drones that will be doing surveillance. So this has not been something in theory that they've been worried about. This has been an actual concern. And now that this has happened, law enforcement, which was already on a hair trigger, will now be at a threat level that we probably haven't seen in quite some time with.
And Pierre, again, if this report is true, a shooter confirmed to be dead, a bystander as well, and potentially somebody else, I mean, this is going to raise major questions about what went wrong, how this could possibly happen in this heightened threat environment that you talked about. All the training, all the preparation, knowing the conventions are coming up, this would be a massive security failure.
Well, the question will be, what kind of security did they have for people in the crowd? You know, did they have magnetometers? You know, those kind of questions will need to be resolved and answered. And again, we don't yet know all the details of how this unfolded. You know, there are just so many scenarios where you could have law enforcement responding to the popping sound. So again, the Secret Service right now, their mode is protect, protect, protect. That was their primary concern, was to get the president out of harm's way, get him removed. Briefing us, getting information to us is so secondary. But trust me, the Justice Department, FBI, all these different agencies are trying to get information so they can assess the threat environment and look at security across the board, because this is not going to be viewed just as an isolated incident. This potentially impacts everything going forward with.
And you see how quickly, again, our viewers looking at this video of the moment as it occurred, you see how quickly it happened. And initially, the reaction from the crowd, and one of the first things you see the former president do is reach for his right ear, then goes to the ground. And then you see this human shield of Secret Service agents jumping on top of him before they escorted him out. And at this, the immediate aftermath here, people are confused in the crowd, looking around, not clear what's going on. So major questions as we get more information tonight. But again, that from the district attorney, that it appears the shooter is dead and at least one bystander dead too. Oh, forgive me, I'm getting information as I'm coming on. We have Dave McCormick on the phone right now with us, who is at the rally. Yep. Running for Senator, and Dave, forgive me as I'm just getting this information. You were at the rally. If you could just walk us through what you heard and what you saw.
Yeah. Hi. Yes. I'm the Republican nominee for the Senate in Pennsylvania. I was in the front row.